Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Yorkshire Media. I am Mark, your host, your entertainment officer, whatever you want me to be. But today we're going to be talking about the new highway code rule changes. What's happening on Saturday, on the 29th. So new rules are changing. Which, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? You let me know and I'll let you know. It's as simple as that. So the new rules, changes, and things like that, and I'm going to go through it one at a time and try and explain to what's really happening and things like that. So changes will be the changes will be made. I will go from Saturday the 29th of January 20 are 8 of the changes that you need to know about. So there's 8 rule changes you need to know about. Number 1, hierarchy of road users. The introduction section of the highway code will be updated to include 3 new rules about the new hierarchy and road users. The hierarchy places those and users most at risk in the event of a collision of the top of the hierarchy. It does not remove the need for everyone to behave responsibly. So you have to behave responsibly still, which we all know. And if we're all sensible adults, that's what we will do. It's important that all road users are aware of the highway code, which, you've got to be aware of it. You've got to read it. You've got to update it. I've already done that. Are considerate to other road users. Well, that's a statement. You've got to be considerate to other people. Understand their responsibility for the safety of others. Yet you are responsible for safety of others when you're using the road. The law of the road counts to every vehicle. That's including cyclists and even pedestrians crossing the road. You know what I mean? You've got to be responsible to others. Number 2, crossing the road at junctions. When people are crossing or waiting to cross at a junction, other traffic should give way. Now this is going to cause a massive stir. So if I'm waiting to cross over a road at a junction, the car must give way if it's turning left or right. That's going to back up traffic. I think that is a bit daft. Starting to cross and traffic wants to turn into a road, people crossing, traffic should give way. If people starting to cross and traffic wants to turn into the road, people crossing have a priority and traffic should give way. People driving and riding motorcycles or cycling must give way to people on zebra crossings and people walking, cycling on a parallel crossing. Parallel crossing is similar to a zebra crossing but includes cycle route alongside the black and white stripes. So this is where I think somebody could get injured on this particular day. So if you're crossing road, any motorist must give way to you. You have the priority. Pedestrians are now being given the priority. That is utmost, and I'll tell you that now. So you're waiting to cross. A car wanting to go right or left, they have to give way to that pedestrian. So they must let you cross first and then turn in and then go. It's as simple as that. That's going to get confusing, I think. I think that will be very confusing, especially if people haven't read the highway code. 3, walking and cycling and riding in shared spaces. Now this is going to come more and more of a thing where we have to cycle and walk and do horse riding within the same space. There will be new guidance in the code about routes and spaces which are shared by people walking, cycling and riding horses. People cycling and riding horses or driving horse-drawn vehicles should respect the safety of other people walking in these, but people walking should also take care not to obstruct or endanger them. People cycling are asked to not pass people walking, riding horse or driving a horse-drawn vehicle closely at high speed, particularly from behind. Slow down when necessary and let people walking know they are there, for example by ringing their bell. Remember that people walking may be deaf, blind, or partially sighted. Not pass a horse on the horse's left. You never pass an horse on the left. You always pass an horse on the right. Even I know that. Positioning in roadway and cycling. Now this is another ball of contention for me. There will be updated guidance for people cycling about positioning themselves, which includes riding in the centre of their lane on a quiet road in a slower moving traffic and at the approach to junctions or road narrowings. That's going to cause a little bit of concern. Cars are not going to be patient. Keeping at least 0.5 metres, just over 1.5 feet away from the curb edge, and further when it is safer when riding on the busy roads which vehicles moving faster than them. Well, that 1.5 keeping away from curb, I do that in any case. I wouldn't want to ride in the centre of the lane. You wouldn't do it on a busy road, and I wouldn't want to do it on a quiet road. That could be dangerous in my mind. People cycling in groups, updated code will explain that people cycling in groups should be considerate of the needs of other road users when riding in groups. Can ride two abreast, and it can be safer to do so, particularly in the larger groups or when accompanying children or less experienced riders. People cycling are asked to be aware of people driving behind them and allow them to overtake, for example, by moving into a single file or stopping when it's safe to do so. Now, the government want you to ride two abreast if it's safe to do so. I wouldn't. I've always ridden single file, and I always will, and things like that. But it's nice to know that we can do it on a quiet stretch of road. It's a good idea, but it will cause a bit of anxiety, and it can cause accidents as well. So, people cycling, passing parked vehicles. The updated code will explain that people cycling should take care when passing parked vehicles, leaving enough room, a door width or 1 metre to avoid being hit. A car door is open, which watch out for people walking into their path. That's very good. I always leave that meter. So leave a meter. So when car door opens, just leave that bit. It's a meter. So it's a good idea that. Overtaking when driving or cycling. You may cross the double white line if necessary, provided that the road clear to overtake someone cycling or riding. Horses, if they are travelling at 10 mile an hour or less, rule 129. This will be updated guidance on safe passing, distance and speeds to be people driving or riding motorcycle when overtaking. Vulnerable road users included at least 1.5 metres, 5 feet when overtaking people cycling at speed of up to 30 miles an hour, and giving them more space when overtaking at higher speeds. Passing people riding horses or driving horse-drawn vehicle at speeds under 10 mile per hour, and allowing at least 2 metres, 6.5 feet of space. Allowing at least 2 metres, 6.5 metres of space, and keeping to a low speed when passing people walking in the road, for example where there is no pavement. Wait behind them, do not overtake any if it's unsafe or not possible to meet these clearances. People cycling, passing slower moving or stationary traffic. The updated code will confirm that people cycling may pass slower moving vehicles, statutory traffic in their right or left. They should proceed with caution. People driving may not be able to see them. This is particularly important on approach to junctions when deciding whether it's safe to pass lorries or other large vehicles. As a cyclist, I won't be passing lorries or any other vehicle. I'd let them go. You know what I mean? People cycling at junctions. The code will be updated to clarify that when turning into or out of a roadside, people cycling should give way to people walking who are crossing or waiting to cross. I do that already. when I'm cycling, I do give way to pedestrians. I do that already. There will be new advice about the special cycling facilities at some junctions. Some junctions now include cyclist traffic lights at eye level height, which allow cyclists to move separately from or before other traffic. People cycling are encouraged to use these facilities where they make their journey safer and easy. That's a good idea. Making it eye level. So, oh well, I didn't say it was too high, but making it making it eye level when you're on a push bike, that's a good idea. It should stop red light jumping. I don't think it will, but it should. There will be also new guidance for people cycling at junctions with no separate facilities. The code will recommend that people cycling should proceed as if they are driving a vehicle where they are no separate cycle facilities. Includes positioning themselves in the centre of their chosen lane where they feel to do so. This is safely. This is to make them visible and possible, avoiding being overtaken where this would be dangerous. It's a good idea in hindsight, but will it work in practicality in the real world? I don't think so. People cycling turning right. The code will include advice for people cycling using junctions where signs and markings to tell them to turn right in 2 stages. These are step 1, when traffic lights turn green, go straight ahead to location marked by a cycle symbol, turn arrow on the road, and then stop and wait. Stage 2, when traffic lights on the far side of the junction, now facing the people cycling, turn green, complete the manoeuvre. People cycling have a priority when going straight ahead at junction. The code will clarify that when people are cycling are going straight ahead at a junction, they have priority over traffic waiting to turn into or out of a side road unless road signs and markings indicate otherwise. People cycling are asked to watch out for people driving intending to turn across their path, as people driving ahead may not be able to see them. Well, that is true, is that? That is really true. Number 7 is cycling, riding and horse driving horse-drawn vehicle on roundabouts. The code will be updated to clarify that people driving or riding a motorcycle should give priority to people cycling on a roundabout. The new guidance will say. So like motorbikes and cars, lorries and vans must give cyclists priority to go around the roundabout. There's no no attempt to overtake people cycling within that person's lane. Allow people cycling to move across their path as they travel around the roundabout. Okay. The code already explains the people cycling and riding, horse driving and horse-drawn vehicle may stay in the left-hand lane. In the left-hand lane around a roundabout, they intend to continue across or around the roundabout. Guidance will be added to explain that people driving should take extra care when entering a roundabout to make sure they do not cut across people cycling and riding or horse driving or horse-drawn vehicle who are continuing around a roundabout in the left-hand lane. And parking and charging and leaving vehicles. This code will recommend a new technique when leaving vehicles. It's sometimes called the Dutch reach, where people driving and passengers in vehicle are able to do so. They should open the door using their hand on the opposite side to the door they are opening. For example, using their left hand to open a door on their right hand side. This will make them turn their head to look over their shoulder behind. They are then less likely to cause injury. People cycling or riding motorbikes on the road, people on the pavement, and using electric vehicle charge point for the first time, this code will be included in guidance about using electric vehicle charging points. When using one, people should park close to the charge point and avoid creating a trip hazard for people walking from trailing cables. Display warning signs if you can. Returning charging cables and connectors neatly to maintain the danger to other people and avoid creating obstacle for other road users. That's okay. That's fine. Rules that will change. Rule 239, waiting and parking. Find out more. Charges and they are the new rules. They are the new charges, which I think, it's happening. We can't avoid it. It's really happening. So what you've got to remember is the priority of how the hierarchy of priority. And if you want to know where I got this from, is gov.uk. I've got this from government website, things like that. The official highway code. And that's the official highway code. My thumbnail won't be that. My thumbnail will be something quite different. But I will show you that. So major changes in the hierarchy of road users. Well, number 1 is pedestrians, 2 is cyclists, 3 is horse riders, 4 is motorcyclists, 5 cars and taxis, 6 vans and minibuses, and 7 large passenger vehicles and HGVs. That's the hierarchy and things like that. Now, I think when this comes out on Saturday, it's coming out tomorrow on Saturday. That this will happen. Now, what I will say to people is, please be mindful of these new changes. I've had to read that. I've read it several times so I understand it. But I do think where they have pointed out where it could cause problems, especially if you're wanting to cross a road and a car wants to turn left or right, they have to give way to people on the pavement, which I think is going to cause a lot of confusion, and it could cause accidents as well. Also, where I think cycling on the road, you can do safely, 1.5 metres away from the curb is correct. Cycling in the centre of a lane, if it's quiet, is that a good idea? It is when you're approaching a roundabout or a junction, that I would agree with, but do you do it? Well, you won't do it around city centre, so no, don't do it. Because it could cause, you'd rather get into your lane and you stay with that. Don't forget, it's other road users what are supposed to, respect where we are and things like that. Always look out for other road users and things like that, and that's what I always do if I'm in a car or a push bike and things like that. That's going to be an awkward one, because people may do it in city centres, like when I live at Wakefield or Leeds, and they might think, I can ride it, But if it's fast moving traffic, no, don't do it. If it's a quiet country lane, yes, position yourself in the centre of a lane, but where you should position yourself in the centre of a lane is when you're approaching a roundabout, even in the city centre. Approach so you can be seen. It's up to other car users then to give way to the cyclist or the horse. You know what I mean? We do, cyclists do have priority. Other motorists must give way to cyclists right now, and I don't think they will. I think this rule is a lot more. It's going to be confusing to people until they get used to it and things like that. You know what I mean? But whoever decided to do this is doing it. I think it's the wrong way to do it. But you've heard what I've had to say, and it's as simple as that. These rules do come out on Saturday, so please keep safe and please be aware now that vehicles have to give way to pedestrians and cyclists. This, this is what the government wants. And like I say, in hierarchy, pedestrians come first, then cyclists, then horse riding, and then motorcycles, cars, vans, taxis, and HGVs and lorries and things like that. If you agree or don't agree, but it is going to be very confusing, I think. And I think it could make the roads more dangerous, especially if cars turning left or right have to give way to pedestrians. which that's what it says they have to do. Now, I mean, we'll see what happens on Saturday. I don't want to hear any other stories that people are being ploughed over because people haven't read these. You must read the new Highway Code rules. You must keep up to date with the Highway Code. It's your duty as a motorist to do so. I do it. I've always have done it, and I always will, because I need to know the law. And I think the police now need to do their job as well, to stop cyclists from going through red lights, to point out the dangers. I mean, I will say this: a traffic light, if you're going from red to amber, red means stop, amber means get ready, and then green means go. The other way around is go. Green is green. If you change to amber, get ready to stop, and red means stop. It doesn't mean go through a red light, because that can be dangerous. That could cost you your life. You know what I mean? And the police need to clamp more and more down on this. There is amber gamblers out there. There is people who do this. And I have noticed cyclists around where I live in city centre, they do avoid red lights. They do go through them, thinking that, oh well, it doesn't matter because I can't get done. Well, actually, if any cyclist is caught going through a red light under the highway cut and under the law with the police, yes, you can be done. You can get points. You can be done. Your car license can be endorsed for you cycling through a red light, and it will be pointed out that you must not do this. You know what I mean? It is dangerous. It really is. You know what I mean? I can see a lot of people. I don't mean to make light of it, but I can see people getting seriously injured because people haven't read the Highway Code. Like I say, it's a must. You must read the Highway Code. You must keep up to the rules. It is a duty of care of any motorist or cyclist or horse rider to do so, and it's as simple as that. When you pass your car test, you go through a theory test nowadays. That is the Highway Code. I've known the Highway Code. I had to relate the Highway Code when I was doing my car test, and when I passed my car test, I had to know the Highway Code, and I do know it. You know what I mean? And things like that. Now, this new rule is going to take a while to sink into people, but while that is, please keep safe and please keep an eye on each other and watch out for each other, because I don't want to see any accidents. I don't want to see anyone getting killed or getting run over through stupidity, and it's as simple as that. So they're the new rules for you. I thought I'd do the video today on that, and then it leaves me to do. I will be doing a video response to Danny and to Jake. This is my life and Hillboy 55 games. I will be doing a VR to them, which is, the best Game Boy with a twist. So I'll catch you on the next video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Please subscribe if you're new. It's free to subscribe, so you might as well subscribe. Hit the bell icon and hit the notification all. That will let you know when I put up another video. Please share the video to your friends and your family, and to other social media like Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And also, importantly, please comment below, and I'll catch you on the next video. I do apologise for the length of the video. If it's too long, I do apologise. I'll try and shorten them. But if you like this longer video, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Catch you all later. Bye.